There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Talking Shop. Hot Tag Reviews. We're here. We're live. We're live, pal. I am Rob Campbell alongside.
I am jobber number 2, Martin Malone.
Jobber number 2 in a 1-second match, I'll have you know. And we are alongside our guest at this time, Joey motherfucking Sanchez. How you doing?
What a reaction. What an introduction.
I'll try.
Would have been even more sick if you'd have done that in the Fink's voice, man.
Oh. Joey! No, hold on.
That don't work, man.
Hold on. Right there.
Ladies
and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Oh, we're in a match now.
20-minute time limit. Making his way to the ring from Telford.
I mean, you're bang on. I'm gutted, but you're bang on.
Joey Sanchez. How the fuck are things?
Things are insane, man.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's been a long time. Do you know what's been the most weirdest part is knowing that wrestling is on the way back now, and it's literally around the corner.
Yeah.
7th of August, man. It's like 2 weeks away. It's
Literally.
mental.
It's crazy.
It is mental. Like, I had to bust out the gear earlier just to make sure it was still
yeah. I haven't got to that yet.
I was going to say, it could be. This time is like obviously the most exciting and most like destroying time of your wrestling career because you're like, fucking wrestling's back. But then, oh, fucking hell. Them are a bit tight, them fucking spandexes. Oh, what's going on here? Well,
that's the thing. That's why I had to bust it out. Yeah. I was just like, Jesus Christ, this is mad. Just to even think about going back in the ring again. Like, I've done some training and things like that with APW.
Yeah.
But yeah, just getting back in the groove again. It's just so strange. You know, you're almost going, when you're doing it regular, you're in autopilot, aren't you? This is what you do. And now, like, I'm a dad now. That's all I know.
Yeah, literally.
That's
all
I know.
How to change nappies and feed.
Mate, and I tell you what, I'm fucking brilliant at it as well.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. That's the kind of dad that we need in this world, a brilliant fucking dad who knows
it. Definitely. That says, you know what? You're going to sit down, you're going to put your feet up. I've got this. That's what Ken Shamrock did as well. He put the kids to bed.
I'm tooting my own horn here, man. Like, my missus, like, all the night feeds. I got up with him. I did everything, man. Like, I just loved the bonding time. That was all for me. It was like, you know, like, we go from being, you know, these wrestlers and people like that, and then all of a sudden real life kicks in, man. And it's like, now I've got someone who really needs me. And it just changes you, and it changes you completely, man. Like,
number one member of the Sanchez squad.
The missus will argue with that. Should be like,
that's true.
Joint first.
That's fair.
I mean, I'm not.
She was involved.
Yeah, it was a squash match, man. It wasn't very long.
Totally your sex tape.
Exactly, mate. Yeah, exactly.
I love a squash match. Okay.
Who doesn't? So, how old is the little one now? 15 months old, mate.
Yeah.
Like, they'll be there on the 7th of August.
Nice.
Yeah, so that'll be the weirdest, probably the most emotional, and probably the strangest thing ever, knowing the fact that my son is in the audience for the first time. Strange.
At 15 months old as well, obviously, COVID.
He's not going to remember nothing.
But it's like that entire person's life so far to date is COVID, isn't it? And it's mad to think that that's where we can put it into perspective. Like, that's how long this shit he's continuing to go on for as well. Like, you know, it's not the end.
Yeah, 100%. We had him in the April, so right in the peak of the first one.
Yeah.
You know, like, my parents didn't get to see him until he was almost 4 months old.
And that's what you forget about sometimes. People forget about the little things like this. You know, there's such a big issue.
Mad. Like, you're gonna have, you know, with people taking their masks off and things like now he doesn't know anything other than a mask.
Yeah.
You know, It's strange, but like I took him to APW when the lads were training. I just wanted to kind of get my head in there a little bit. And you know what? Like, it was so cool because I was holding him and he was clapping at everything. It's almost like straight away, it's in the genes.
Nice.
Sanchez Jr., he's on his way.
I like it. I can't wait for that Dusty Road storyline. Can't wait.
Mate, I'll be too fucked by the time he gets in.
You can make it. You can make it.
Oh, Jesus. Get that Zimmer frame out.
Nice. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, what?
So you've asked me how I am, but how are you guys?
Well, we're good. I mean, no one really asked. Fucking hell.
That's how Rob is. He's fucking.
That's how I am. I'm holding myself together bit by bit. I'm really excited about wrestling. Obviously, I'm on the exact same show as you, which was a nice little tidbit of a surprise to get the call and say, "Hey, we'd like you to work that show." And I was like, "Really?"
Twig does not sound like that, bro.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Really, really bad impressions tonight. Apparently, that's what I'm here for. And
yeah, you did just do a Finkel one, so
yeah, and that was terrible. My bad. Anyway, so really excited about that, obviously. Lockdown has been what lockdown has been, and COVID times has been what COVID times have been. I think we've all had to readjust, reevaluate our lives, look at things in a different way and learn different techniques to help cope with everything, because a big part of our lives was professional wrestling. People go, "Rob, you meditate these days?" I'm like, yeah, I fucking do. Because spoiler alert, it helps. It helps me as an individual, and that's just me, Martin.
Yeah, I'm on that train. I mean, it's been rough, but a lot of stuff happens, and I think you don't realize, it's the same old cliche. You don't know what you've got till it's gone, and you sort of like take advantage. You don't take advantage, but you don't sort of like, you wouldn't appreciate it to its fullest until somebody says, "Nah, I'm all right. This ain't happening."
Do it anymore.
This ain't happening for quite a while as well. I was kicking off about it being a 3-week lockdown back in March 2020, and I was like, "What the fuck am I gonna do for fucking 3 weeks?" You know what I mean? Little did I know that 3 weeks would turn into 18 months plus. But like Rob said, you have to find your own inner peace and sort of like distract yourself. And you've had the baby, and that's helped you a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's just made it go quick. Do you know what I mean? It's really daft.
Takes your mind off it as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like I was on furlough throughout, and I was just like, I'm not even ready to go back to work. It's you get some people that are just like, "God, just take me back." I was loving life, man. Like I had my baby boy. That's all I needed. Like my family were around me. Wrestling was secondary.
Yeah, of course.
And it's like when you can't do it, it's kind of makes the it takes the pressure off you a bit, because it's not something you got to think about.
Did you ever sit there, at some point, probably like last year or early this year, and think, was you scared that you wouldn't be able to get back into wrestling? Have you been watching it? How have you kept yourself like sort of like in love with it, shall I say?
I mean, Rob will tell you, it's once it's ingrained in you, you never leave it. It's like, this is our sport, and it's our sport for a reason. It's almost like wrestling chose us. And I've always, having the network, having like New Japan's, thing on there as well, their on-demand service. It just meant like I could watch wrestling as a fan instead of as a performer. You know what I mean? And it's like, you still understand certain spots, and when you watch it, it's like, okay, I get what they do. You have a different, appreciation for it. Like, it's no secret, I'm a big Bret Hart fan, and the match that made me want to be a pro wrestler was Bret Hart and Bulldog at Wembley Stadium in '92. That's the match for me. It's like, I've seen countless classics, but like that to me will always stand up, because that's the one that like, oh, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And
you can go back and watch that match today and it's not out of place with anything.
It's not. I mean, you watch it and you kind of, you hear stories about it, and how fucked Bulldog was going into it.
Yeah.
But like, as Brett's always said, that wasn't Bulldog's crowning moment, that was his crowning moment, and it's like, for psychology and storytelling, Brett's always been my go-to, and it's like, how do we make things make sense, in a, predetermined world, everything's got to make sense. And, you get Shawn Michaels, who's just an unbelievable performer, Bret Hart, on a level, and there's so many, like my stepson Dylan's like massively into it now. Like his favorite wrestler changes weekly. It's gone from Shinsuke Nakamura to Edge to Otis to Roman Reigns to Dolph Ziggler, like even Bret Hart, and it brought a little tear to my eye.
Which is good. It's good you get him into the right people.
Well, that's it. I mean, I think for me, it's like what stood out for me as a kid. What these larger than life people. Like for me, it wasn't Hogan ripping off his vest. It was Bret and the sunglasses. That's always my go-to. Like I can close my eyes and I can just picture exactly where I was when I saw it for the first time.
Yeah,
that's pro wrestling to me. You don't get that feeling with any other sport. Like football's different, because you've got an elite. But wrestling, it's like that's that one person. We always say if you can get one person in the crowd to kind of be with you the whole time, you've done your job. And Bret pulled me in, man.
For good reason as well. I mean, there's a few things that you said that I just want to pick up on. First of all, I'm excited for you because you're always going to remember the first time that your son watches you at a wrestling show. So Bella, my daughter, who is now fucking 9 years old in September, which is crazy.
Man.
She was 2 weeks old when she first watched me, if you will, at a wrestling event. She definitely didn't watch me, but because
she was there.
She was there, and I went out to Rock the Night back then as well, to be fair. And during the pregnancy, you'd put Rock the Night on the phone, right? Next to the belly, recognize the sound, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Starts kicking, blah, blah, blah. So as soon as Rock the Night hit on that show, Bella reacted like Vicky, Bella's mom, who obviously we're no longer together, but that's irrelevant. She was obviously telling me the reactions that Bella was giving during that show. And I remember it was at some shitty venue in Willenhall, for Mad Dog and so on and so forth. But
I mean, Ethan's spoiled, mate. He's going to Dawley Town Hall. That's like,
exactly.
Telford's Madison Square Garden.
Literally, it is literally the only venue in Telford now. This is the venue.
It is the venue. Yeah,
the venue.
I'm excited to go back there, man. Like Dawley's always been.
You've got some great memories there, surely.
Yeah, I mean, for SWA, a main event is the first show against Doug Williams there.
Yeah, there you
go. And it's the first main event. It's my second title defense. And I have a pinfall victory over him. That's the coolest thing ever.
That is the coolest thing ever. And I believe he makes his return to SWA this year.
He does, yes. I think it's September. I think he's there.
Yeah, September 4th, I want to say. Something like that.
It's actually September the 11th.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah. Talk about
getting my
calling an audible.
Mixed up.
Talk about calling an audible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone's commentating on that show, apparently.
What a date as well. 20-year anniversary as well.
I know, yeah. Like, it's, hey, wrestling takes precedence now.
Absolutely.
Of course it does, yeah.
The other thing I want to follow up on that is obviously you mentioned Shawn Michaels, you mentioned Bret Hart quite a lot. You obviously know, we've talked about it. Shawn and Bret are up there. They're my guys too.
Yeah. Bret Hart friends.
Friends. Oh, yeah, we are. We love them. But here's the thing, right? So one of the things that we often get confused about or get into debate about with the two individuals is around the 1997 run. So did he lose his smile? Or did he not want to drop the belt to Bret? What's your say?
I mean, you kind of want to give Shawn the benefit of the doubt. And I mean that in the sense he was done. And by that point, again, you're going on Shawn's words here. Like, there's nothing official that's come out. Like, he went to see a knee doctor. They told him he couldn't wrestle anymore. Like, obviously, everything's changed a lot more nowadays. So in some ways, yeah, maybe I do believe he was done. But they'd had that cat fight. So, like, no wonder Brett thought differently. And especially when Shawn jumped off the top rope, did a moonsault into the middle of the ring.
Yep.
Like, you can understand, like, their exact, feeling towards that sort of situation, really. I'm a Bret Hart guy. So, I'll always back the Hitman. But then Shawn was always the greatest performer of all time, right? So
it's a difficult one. He's on the fence and he's not moving from it. That's for sure.
I tell you what, man. I got some right fucking splinters in my arse right now.
I'll tell you. I don't know how you're sitting there comfortably. I really don't.
Right. Okay. I will make a judgment call, and I believe Shawn lost this tomorrow.
Okay. And there you have it. And, great acting or real tears, or his mum told him to quit for a little bit. Who knows? Who knows? But that's Joey Sanchez's opinion.
Yeah, he just needs to realize that drugs were bad and the Marines would fuck him up. So,
all 7 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where was Trips, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall around this time?
What the fuck were they doing?
Yeah.
X-Pac, you got to blame him, really, because he was always on lookout when he was fucking Sonny backstage. So,
I mean, yeah, so it's just as easy as 1, 2, 3, kid.
There you go. You got it. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So obviously you've mentioned that, you've wrestled Doug Williams, who people will know as an experienced athlete, wrestler in the business, TNA experience, so on and so forth. Great British
Pinnacle of British wrestling, man. Pinnacle of
British wrestling. There you go. He's up there. Yeah. Is he on the Mount Rushmore of British wrestling? Maybe.
I would put him there. I think he laid the groundwork for everybody, like for like Will Ospreay and people that know, because he was in Noah before any other British wrestler was. He was in Ring of Honor before any British wrestler. Like TNA, he had belts in TNA.
Yeah. Brought Magnus
the guy's
through.
done it all. Yeah, exactly. Like, for all round, he is British wrestling to me. You got people like Pete Dunne and Will Ospreay that are flying the flag for us, overseas and things like that. But Doug's the Godfather, mate.
Nice.
That's my opinion. He's the guy. You could almost put Jody Fleisch just under him.
Yeah.
As well as Johnny Storm, but Doug's the guy for me.
Nice. So just talking about your experience in professional wrestling, British wrestling, whatever. You've obviously been around a while, but when did it all start and why?
Yeah, so like, I don't know if you've ever heard of this promotion, but like there was a promotion in Wolverhampton behind the Asda, behind the Molyneux Stadium, called LWL. Don't know if you've ever heard of them, but
they were called the Legend. Was it running out of Bushbury?
Not sure. It was out of a Legends club, from what I believe. So, like people like Steve Valentino were on it. My brother was there. You're looking at me like crazy here, man.
I don't mind, Tommy. But anyway, let's move on.
Okay, right, okay. But yeah, that's so that's where
fuck Steve Valentino. Fuck it, I've got to get it out there. I've got out. He's done now. Sorry, bud, but it is.
No, I mean, that's where my story that's where it started.
In West Philadelphia.
Yeah. I got injured. Like, I was playing football, I got injured, and then I didn't wrestle for a couple of years, and then all of a sudden, like, there was EDW that started in Shrewsbury, and I kind of got involved in that somehow. I can't even remember how. I think my brother was like, I'm in a match in Shrewsbury, and I was like, it's my hometown, that would be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
And so I just lobbied just to get on it, and then I've been involved ever since. And me and Tommy wrestled in a 2 out of 3 falls match in Shrewsbury, and it was but at that point it was probably the greatest match I've ever done. Like, we repeated so many spots that we'd seen from everywhere, and just we had people kind of guessing as well because we're two brothers. Like I was supposed to be the heel, but I ended up being more of a baby face.
And you would have grew up doing these moves as well, right? On
exactly, yeah. I mean, like
the living room, the garden, wherever.
We were talking through the match in our living room the day of, and it's like, it's mad because unless you've got a sibling that's in wrestling as well, it's so tough because you're just like, oh, man, I could really punch you really hard, and I can get away with it too. But then you can do the same thing, and that's a brother bond, I suppose. It's
that's the way I feel when I'm doing some spots with Rob, to be honest. So I get where you're coming from.
And he has absolutely stiffed me quite a few times.
I'll get where you're coming from there.
Title of your sex tape. But yeah, so like we've almost come up together in some ways. Tom got involved in it just before I did, and then it's just kind of snowballed, really. Like everyone's kind of got the whole thing of the brother versus brother feud, and where else but in wrestling can you do that?
Exactly.
It makes it real. And that's the one thing in wrestling is, you've got to do.
If you could sum up, obviously I know it's a very broad horizon, but in one word, not wrestling in general because that's so big, but you got show day. There's a different type of like, when you're playing football, you've got like match day. It's a different type of like feeling. You're excited, you're nervous. What is, in one word, what's show day for you back in the day compared to now? What's that one word that you can describe? What does that feel like for somebody who doesn't know what that sort of feeling would be? How can you describe that?
There's a couple of words. It's fear and adrenaline, and I always said, like, if you're not scared before you go out, then you have no place in this business.
It's funny you should say that because I was just about to say that fear is such a good word to use because you need to have fear to keep that balance.
I am dreading the anxiety before walking out that curtain at Dawley Town Hall on the 7th of
and this is where it was leading up to. My next question would have been, back to what you knew of before COVID, to like, do you think it's going to be different? Do you think it's going to be more enhanced? It's obviously going to be, but do you think it's going to be a thing where you have to really talk yourself down? What are you anticipating it to be like at
some of it's going to be very odd. I think just getting in that groove of doing what you would do on a show day normally. I think like I always go and have a workout just to kind of calm the nerves beforehand, and then I end up realizing that I'm totally fucked for the match. So then there's that side of it, but then it's like, for me, it's a whole new different level now because my son's there. And it's like the fear of being hurt. He needs me, my family need me, but then it's like, but this is what I was fucking born to do, like that's where the adrenaline kicks in, and like I've changed my theme song to which was given to me actually by You Me at 6, Adrenaline. They give me the song.
Nice.
And there's a lyric where it just says head fuck, and it's like, you can't sum up wrestling without a head fuck, because when you're trying to plan a match, there's that head fuck because you're battling with two creative minds, and sometimes it's always like you're trying to get your point across and it doesn't work, and it's like we've been fairly, when we've worked with each other, Rob, I mean, everything's been cool with us because we've been on the same page. Like I've had it with Tommy where we've bucked heads on a few occasions, because for me it's like, it's all about the story, and like Jamie Future is probably the guy I've wrestled the most, and me and him are like, we've beat the shit out of each other constantly, not just like in Shropshire, but like we've gone to Hereford, we've gone places, and Banbury, and just beat the shit out of each other, and now we're like brothers. I think it's the one thing in wrestling that you'll never get anywhere else, is the harder you hit each other, the closer you become.
Absolutely.
It's that trust and it's that bond. You never get that anywhere else. On a football pitch, like you're with a team, right? And it's like it's you and 10 others. Whereas in wrestling, it's the two of you. And it's like, I always describe it. I used to say this to the trainees at APW. you've got a blank canvas, you've got to paint the picture. And yeah, it may be abstract, it may be different, but it will click with one person and they will understand everything you're doing. And that's a job done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's literally, we're artists, mate. That's what I'm saying anyway.
Literally, I could listen to you talk about wrestling all fucking day, especially at this point in my life right now where it's just on the horizon of happening again. I'm like, fuck me. It's actually exciting me to like get back and do what we love to do. But we're going to take a segue. We're going to take a segue into Martin's 7 questions for you.
Okay, right now. Well, that's fine.
We'll break it up. We'll break up this fucking huge. Literally, I need a towel. I need a towel. I need a towel. That's what I need.
You need some pants, don't you? Apparently, you got pants on.
I've just got my Ahmed Johnson top on, and that's about it.
Just my Ahmed Johnson and my headphones. But so what we've got then is we've got 7 questions. So 10 questions is obviously too much. Who wants to listen to 10 questions? You don't want to answer 10 questions. I don't want to ask 10 questions. Fuck the 10 questions off, right, Rob?
Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck it. We don't ask 5.
Don't even know if I get the 7.
But we don't want to ask 5 because 5's too quick. We don't want to. We don't want to shoot our load. We want to last a bit of time.
We want a bit of foreplay in this, mate.
There you go.
Exactly.
So we've got 7 questions. And I believe
magic number.
I've been told that your 7 questions, you are the mastermind of the new generation WWF era. Am I wrong?
Who said that?
You to me. We try then passed on that information to that guy. It was either that or Liverpool, and like I said to you,
we don't want to talk about that.
We had to stop at football because I'm a Man United fan. Ben here is a Liverpool fan. And it was like, nope. We'll stop.
Gone too far. Too far. Yes. So basically,
let's keep our love at wrestling together.
I have got 7 questions purely based around the new gen era, which I believe is from 1992, after it took over to the golden age era, to around about 1997, when he's not going to insult anybody's intelligence.
You
know what I mean? That's the big speech, all that type of thing. So we've got a 5-year gap here. So we'll see how good you are. We'll see how clued up you are on this.
I'm quite interested in this as well because this is.
So am I.
This is high on my list, right?
The thing is as well, Rob likes to join in. He's like that soccer mum that likes to like join in, like just fucking.
This is season 2. I'll stay quiet.
All right, that's good.
Unless he doesn't know the answer.
Of course. Yeah. Let him try and ansser it first, Rob.
Come on. Can we hot tag over in case
there we go. Boom. Gimmicks. Love it.
Yeah.
So we got question number 1. You might remember Nails.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Nails was released by WWE in 1992 for assaulting Vince McMahon. So what did Nails tell the police about that incident?
I don't fucking know, man.
Why did Nails assault Vince McMahon?
Didn't he want more money?
Rob?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Or it was rape, one of the two.
So it was actually, he accused Vince McMahon of trying to sexually assault him.
There you go.
So that's why he beat Vince McMahon. Yeah. And he was released shortly after.
See, sexual assault, rape, same thing.
Hey, that's Rob's answer for everything. Rape.
Wow.
Someone's coming back with new gimmicks this year, man.
Wow. Did I mention that I'm not banned yet? Because I'm about to be. Fuck.
So, question number 2. So, the first ever Hell in a Cell match took place in this era. What pay-per-view did it take place at?
Bad Blood, 1997.
Bad fucking
Get in there.
blood. Bonus question.
Shawn and Taker.
Okay, well done. We can jump in the gun. I love it.
Who's commentators?
Vince,
it's gotta be Kane! It's gotta be Kane!
Yeah, so question number 3. So, what was so unusual about the outcome of the 1994 Royal Rumble?
2 men won it.
Fucking spot on.
Bonus point.
Okay, bonus points.
Brett Luger. Brett shouldn't have been in it because Owen kicked the leg out of his leg.
Absolutely.
Is that right,
He
Mr.
had no
Rain?
leg. He had no leg.
Yeah.
He had no leg.
That's at least 6 points right there.
What?
I'll give 6 points.
Final four, though? Final four, Ben?
It was it Rikishi, Shawn, Luger, and Brett?
There we go. It was Fatu, but yeah, I'll take it.
Well, yeah.
Also, Rikishi follows me on Twitter.
One of the head shrinkers. I will go with that.
Could have been Mr. Perfect for all I know at this point. Shawn was definitely there.
Yeah. They did that ace spot where they did the leapfrog and they both went over the turnbuckle.
Yeah. Good times. Sorry, we were having a moment.
Now, yeah.
I do apologize.
I'm sorry, carry on, Rob. You know, it's sort of fucking carry on. It's your fucking segment, obviously. Carry on.
Wow.
So we've got a question of, mate, I'm fucking red hot in here. I'm sweating. The door's closed. Everybody's asleep.
It is hot.
I can't even open the window. Oh, yeah, I can open the window, actually, because it's gone dark.
I thought it was already opened.
It is open, but it's close the curtain because the sun shines right in the window. But yeah. Question number 4. Which member of the clique did not take part in the curtain call? Fucking easy answer, right?
X-Pac,
yeah. Sean Waltman, that guy.
Sean Waltman.
2 nights in China.
Loser.
So question number 5. Dave Meltzer, that guy, Dave Meltzer, he gave, during this era, 4 matches a 5-star rating. All right. So which match was his first 5-star rating?
I'm going to go with the Bad Blood one.
Taker and Shawn?
Yeah.
No.
You said this was from 1992 to 1997?
Mm-hmm.
I think
was it? It's not Brett Bulldog, is it?
No.
Okay.
It's in England. If it was in Tokyo Dome, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
it was in England.
fair.
So.
Shawn Brett, WrestleMania 12.
No.
Fair.
Do the answers.
No. Wait there. We can keep going.
Okay.
Tell me the year.
I was giving it away then, eh?
No, it's not.
Okay, 94.
Wait. You've solidified what I was going to say.
I bet you get it wrong now. Go on.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, 94. I mean, the only decent match around there was Brett Owen in the cage.
Or Brett Owen at Mania, or Shawn versus Razor in the ladder match.
Yeah, I reckon it was Shawn Razor.
That'd be right.
We got done. There.
Thank you. And did you know he didn't give Brett and Owen at WrestleMania 10 a 5-star? He gave them a 5-star at SummerSlam.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I knew he'd give him one at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But the WrestleMania Mania one was better.
Mania one was class. That's what you want to see from those two individuals.
Definitely.
The cage was just, it was there.
I mean, the cage was cool in a way, like the way they did the match. Like it wasn't barbaric, but it's always renowned for that big superplex from the top.
Superplex. Yeah.
Sorry, man. Question 6.
No, good stuff. Yeah. Question 6. These are 2 good answers, isn't it? These are 2 good questions. I love it. Let's see how good you are, right? So we got question number 6. Which new gen star was first to win the Intercontinental title 3 times?
Triple H.
No.
Definitely wasn't The Rock.
Shawn Michaels.
No.
Ooh.
Razor.
He lost it at every Rumble, every fucking Royal Rumble 3 years in a row, didn't he?
So he was the first one to get three IC titles under his belt.
I got there in the end.
If you will. Good. We've process of elimination. Process of elimination. You got to do it sometimes. You know what I mean? It's necessary. So question number 7. At the time, which new gen star was the fastest to win the WWF title from debut to winning it?
Isn't that The Undertaker?
Yeah, but he's counted 92, hasn't he? He's counted from 92 onwards, which is a shame, really.
Yeah, also Taker won it in 91.
Yeah, exactly.
Was that a shame?
Because
that's part of the question.
Yeah, it is what it is. You wouldn't Brett's been there since 88, 89 as well. So you wouldn't really, even though Brett won it in 92, you couldn't say Brett was the fastest
from the debut. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? From his debut. So
you can't say Shawn was neither because he was around the same time as Brett.
It's got to be Austin. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, Austin was the one. Yeah, Austin, because in '96 he won it in '98, didn't he?
Yeah, it's got to be.
I'm going Austin.
No.
So '98 is obviously Attitude Era, isn't it?
It's fucking
yes.
I don't know why we're working on this together. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's hot tag. This is what we're doing.
I know who it is.
Go on.
WrestleMania 9.
Hogan. Oh, Yokozuna.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do you know what? He's one of those that he never comes into my head. And then when you think about it, you're like, actually, yeah.
A lot of the time, I think of Yokozuna and I picture Owen Hart tag team champion. For some reason, I don't know, but that's a lot of the time. That's what I think. I know he was WWE champion. He did the Lex Luger fucking slammed him, all that type of thing on the ship. But I always think tag team champion with Owen Hart for some reason. I don't know. It's just one of them. It's my go-to thought with Yokozuna. It's mad.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's first time like Owen had held a belt as well. So I'd get that. But yeah, just a name that like all the names you kind of throw out, and it's like Jesus Christ. Like
so he debuted in August 17th, 1992, and he won it 173 days later at WrestleMania 9.
And then lost it within a second to Hogan, right?
Of course he did, because it didn't work for him, brother, did it? You know what I mean? He had to, definitely. Nobody can be going over at WrestleMania than fucking Hulkster.
Well, Hogan must pose 9 years in a row, like, well, other than 6, but whatever. That was, and 4, technically.
I'll take 5 out of 7, though. I'm all right with that.
You got some good bonus points there as well, so, I'll really good. That's good. That is about a board. You'll be up there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
If
it's like Top Gear with the fastest smile, isn't it?
And that's where I want to go. I want to go magnet, full blown, whip it, magnet onto the. That's fucking. I love it. That's what I want to do.
Daniel took it up his arse cornfield. He has the board. He couldn't be here today, but he has the board and he normally makes the scores, sort of thing.
Well, he's let us down.
Yes,
but it also means we gotta do this again, man.
I like it. I like the way that you're thinking about this. This is good. So
part 2.
I guess like we'll start wrapping up, but going forward in wrestling, what are you just looking forward to? I know you said your son watching, but is there any opponents, or is it just you want to do it for the love of it? And
for me now, like it's gonna like obviously my son's big, the biggest one, but I just want to be around the boys again, man. Like, that's the thing on show days is you with like-minded people who want to put on the best show possible, and they love it. And for me now, it's like being an APW. These are the guys I've seen from, I've trained them, and from day one, and seeing how far we've gone, and seeing them just evolve and be just great performers, but not only great performers, but better people. I think in wrestling, we all know it. You come across like the politics and all that sort of shit, and whereas this now it's completely different. APW's always had that family feel, something that's I've always tried to install in it from day one, and same with like Basham's doing that now. It's a real family as opposed to it being about one particular guy, or who's getting pushed this time, and why aren't I getting pushed, and there's none of that. It's just everyone's happy to be there. The end goal would be, like, for me now, it would be APW champion would be the max for me now, because then I've won every belt in Shropshire. That would be perfect. But also, working with you lot at Black Country, getting that off the ground, man, that's going to be cool. Yeah. It's new venue, new people. It's broaden the squad.
Absolutely, and we're not just looking at one venue. We're on the lookout for other venues, and And the thing that we're looking to do differently, I suppose, is fill a hole that's desperately needed within British wrestling, never mind the Midlands. It's really exciting. And, you know, we've got a lot of things laid out, and October is the start. And from October going forward, we hope that people enjoy what we do. And we want people who want to push it forward a part of it at the end of the day. Like you said, the politics, the backstabbing, all of that sort of stuff. We've got an idea of what we want. We want to bring people in to do it, and we want people to enjoy themselves doing it.
I mean, that's the whole point of wrestling, mate. I always say, you know, you're putting each other's lives in each other's hands.
Exactly.
And if you're going in there with somebody that you don't necessarily get on with, you're not going to get the best result, and you're definitely not going to have the greatest match of all time either. You know, and that's the thing with me. I'm not all about, like, you know, dissing people or, you know, I'm better than this person. You know, it's like, if I feel that I am, it's like, okay, so how can we elevate this person to be on a level? You know, it's like, how can I make him look fucking brilliant? You know?
Yeah.
And that's the thing I'll always. Right? Yeah, I mean, like, you're in it for each other. You know, it's not about one person. You know, like, whoever gets the W at the end, like, it doesn't matter. It's the build up to that, which is that's the end goal. It's like wrestling is a roller coaster. You know, you've got to take the crowd on a ride before you take them home.
The thing is, Goldberg wouldn't be the superstar he is today if nobody had done the job for him. You know, all them many times. You know, that's just the aim of the game. You do it, and you do the smile.
That's the same with Ahmed Johnson, though, isn't it?
Who doesn't love some Ahmed? What's your favourite Ahmed match, dude?
My one.
Mine.
Or Martin's. It needs to be Martin's. I feel that's a Martin question. It's all right. We're sponsored by technical difficulties, Joey Sanchez. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah, I lost you there, man. I didn't hear what was going on.
We're sponsored by technical difficulties. These things happen when you're working from home. Do you know what I mean?
Well, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. But I don't know the question.
Favorite Ahmed Johnson match, right, Joey? Right?
Yeah.
My favorite Ahmed Johnson match was the Chicago Street Fight. Purely.
Mine too. Because it wasn't just him.
Wasn't just him.
There you fucking go. Talk about being on the same page. That is exactly what I was about to say. And it was the best spot of the night because Hawk whacked the rope, the 2x4 flipped right up in the air, and he caught it like a boss.
Yeah.
And that was the best spot for me of the entire night.
It's great.
And what a guy. And that's where obviously the t-shirt that's inspired.
Yeah, you can't say that when it followed Bret Austin, man. You can't.
How did it follow that?
Well, I mean,
we needed a piss break, but Sid versus Taker was the piss break to its fine. Because everyone wanted to watch that car crash that was fucking the Chicago Street Fight for sure.
There you go.
It is what it is.
And that's where obviously the inspired t-shirt design come from. That was his Legion of Doom, entrance gear with the guys. And that was the best match. Yeah.
It's the most famous moment. You're going down, brother.
You're going down.
So, what is your favourite Friday night dinner quote?
Oh, mate, there's so many. Like,
hello, Jackie.
Yeah, Jim's fucking brilliant, mate.
He's great.
Like season 6. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but like where he's calling out Martin on the talkie-walkie.
Yes.
From the caravan, and he carries in this big pile of shit and drops it on the floor.
Yes.
It's brilliant.
It's brilliant.
It's just brilliant. To be fair, like, losing Mr. Goodman was a harsh reality on this shitty lockdown.
I cried. I cried watching that 10-year anniversary. Absolutely bawled my eyes out majority of the way through that show. And I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm all right with it.
No, the comedian I think that still hurts to this day is Rick Mail. That's the one that hurts me, man. Rick Mail. Bottom was my show when I was a kid, man. That was like 9 o'clock Friday night, BBC 2. that was it for me. Watching Richie and Eddie beat the shit out of each other.
Nice.
What was the other show? Was it the young ones?
Young ones.
Yeah. That was always good too.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay. The Office. Are we going with the US or the UK version?
I was watching the US version the other day actually, and it's got Steve Carell's class. Love Steve Carell. Not really a big fan of Gervais, but you can't ever. I don't know. It's one of those, isn't it? It's a flip of a coin. But
nah, not. For
I would go with the US. I'd go with the US.
Good lad.
US.
You've landed the right side of the coin.
Yeah. I've not been on no fucking fence now.
Yeah, there's no fucking splinters up that arsehole right now, isn't there? That's
not
good.
no more, mate.
I like that. That's good. And the reason that I ask these questions is seriously because just before we come on the air, I was just like, we're going to talk about some random shit at some point, and here we are. And we were like, the reason that I asked TV series or movies was because I've got a list of TV series and I've got a list of movies, and I sort of get people's opinions on it based on, them being top movies, for example. And it depends if you rate them as top movies. So I'm going to quickly run through that list and get your opinion on them. And then we're going to wrap this up. So Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, it's class. Love it.
Yep. Godfather.
Love it.
The Dark Knight.
Heath Ledger. Class.
Why so serious, right?
Why so serious?
Pulp Fiction. Sorry, Martin, sore subject.
Why is this sore subject?
No. Yeah, it's Hotline Bling over there. He knows.
I love
that. Shooting.
I mean, I think Pulp Fiction for its time is always going to be, again, a classic as well.
Schindler's List.
Can't say I've ever watched that, man.
Fuck it.
Wow.
Lord of the Rings.
Can't say I watched that neither.
Fucking hell, Regan's going to be fuming at you.
Yeah. Hey, I hope I work with Regan at some point. So
I've got him on the first show back, so I'm quite looking forward to
that. So tell him.
Yeah, don't you worry, we will. Halloween.
What do you mean, like the film or the season?
Michael Myers, the film. Michael, he's watching over us.
Mike Myers, the one who was in Shrek and Austin Powers.
George Bush does not like black people. All right, Kanye, fucking chill out.
No, I love them. Halloween films, love them.
Forrest Gump.
Just Tom Hanks, man. Just brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
He is probably the godfather of films. Nice. Love Tom Hanks.
Inception.
Watched it. Too long for me. Not a fan. Do dig Leo DiCaprio though. Think he's fun.
That's good. Fight Club.
Classic. No one talks about it, so
no one talks about it. Not allowed. And also, you're a Liverpool fan, so let's just get your prediction on where you might finish outside of the relegation zone this season.
I think with having Verge back, with having Gomez back, I think we could challenge. Losing Wijnaldum was massive.
Yeah.
But front three needs to be on it. Firmino needs to chip in with more goals. Definitely. And Sadio just needs to keep that blonde little streak in his hair.
It's nice. I like that he's Sadio. He's not Mane. He's Sadio. Like Firmino was Firmino. No Roberto there.
No. And obviously you got the king. And then you got the king as well. You got the king.
Who's the king, mate?
He's the king. The Egyptian king, that is, mate.
The Egyptian king. Oh, yeah. That curly head.
Scorpion
on the right wing.
But it's all about Jordan Henderson, mate. All about Jordan Henderson.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna let you have your moment. That's cool.
And I'll ask you, how do you think United will fare this year?
I hope that Ollie is a bit like Gareth Southgate to an extent. He sort of took him on a journey where every year it's like one step closer to something, right? We were second in the league this year, but miles away from Man City. We got to the Europa. And there you go. We got to the Europa League final and we lost on penalties. Whereas the previous year we were in the semi-finals and we lost there. Now, if we replace Lindelof and we get Varane in, I feel Varane and Maguire is a really strong partnership. I do. Goalkeeper, I can give. I can take De Gea. If De Gea goes, I'm happy to give Henderson a shot. I'm happy to do that. Cavani stayed another season, so that's promising for us. Rashford's out for the first potentially.
You've got Sancho as well now.
We've got Sancho, so that allows Greenwood to fill in Sancho to obviously come to life and hopefully
Lingard's come back as well off loan,
mate. And you know what? We had a pre-season friendly against Derby yesterday, and that doesn't sound great. And that we only beat them 2-1, for example. It wasn't. Was it yesterday? Probably.
Yeah, there was only like one Mata and one Basaka really that was in that team.
Yeah, the rest of them were all under 23s or fringe players, so to speak. But when Lingard fucking switched
didn't
in,
Rooney blank the fans or something?
Did he? What a cunt! What a fucking granny shagger
in a pre-season friendly.
That's unbelievable. That is, but. Yeah, Lingard, he fucking coming off the left and he fucking bent it round and hit the crossbar. I was thinking, wow.
He probably needed that West Ham spell.
That West Ham spell did him the world of good. And if Solskjaer fails... Exactly. If Solskjaer fails to use
Preston North End back in the day, maybe he would have, he wouldn't be the superstar he was.
If Solskjaer fails to use him, then it's a real shame on Jesse Lingard. And then he needs to move on and do his work at a club that will appreciate him. Jack Grealish, I'm gutted that someone like him is going to end up at Manchester City, for example, potentially.
Where he's just a player.
There you go. Literally, he's just making that England squad number up. And, Declan Rice could do a job in a top team after watching him. Phillips, I'd take Phillips in the centre of midfield after the performance in the Euros, to be honest. But it
reminded me of Anderson back in the day. Remember Anderson?
Oh, yeah.
United. Yeah. It reminded me of Anderson, how cool and collected he was on the ball, and like Calvin Phillips.
I like almost similar hair as well.
Yeah.
Literally. I thought you were talking about fucking Dean Anderson, at Tottenham. But you went fucking Anderson de Silva, or if that.
All that goal mess with Portugal.
Yeah, fuck him. So, Joey Sanchez.
I see chaos.
What? Nice. What do you need to tell us about that's coming up in your life that you're happy about?
APW, August 7th, August 10th, 5 years cancer free.
Fucking boom.
Yeah.
Get in there. I love that.
Yeah. And just going to carry on being the same old me, man. Just,
nice.
Yeah, just giving a shit about what we love. That's what I'm going to be doing.
Look, it's been a really interesting conversation with you. I feel we've got to know a lot more about you, which is great. I mean, me and you, I know this shit anyway, but it's good to get it out there. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I didn't, and it's been very interesting for me. So
that's good.
You.
No, good. I'm glad. I don't want to be one of these boring ass guests.
Yeah, we've only had Luke Basham. That's really boring, to be fair, so far. On that note, I have been Rob Campbell alongside.
I am jobber number 2, Martin Holland.
And our fabulous guest that has been.
The hot tag, Joey Sanchez.
Yeah!
0 rehearsal.
Consent that, you little bitch.